So, hello everyone and welcome to another video. So, for this vlog, we are going to read 5 books under 4 stars. So basically, as you all know, I have been trying to get through the books on my physical TBR, and one of the things that really basically started to fit, and also I got a prompt with the lowest rated book. And then it just popped into my mind, like, why don't we just, make it so I have 5 books that are lower than 4 stars? So I ended up with 5 different ones. So let's just talk about the 5 that I am going to read. Now, I'm filming this a little late, so I have read 3 of them already, but we are just going to talk about that, and then we will start with the other 2. So, the first one is Battle, and this one was the one that inspired this whole thing, because this one was the lowest rated on my TBR. So, yeah. And then we have Evermore by Sarah Holland. So this is the second book in the Everless series. Then we have The Mermaid by Christina Henry. And then we have Imagine Me by Tahara Mafi. And this is the last book in the Shatter Me series. Then we have Spellbook of the Lost and Found by Moira Fowley Doyle. So, these 2 are the ones that I have not yet gotten to. I have started this one, but not started this one yet. So, let's just talk about these 3 books. So, the first one is Battle. And this one is a Norwegian book set in Norway. I don't know if it's, basically, I don't know if it's like translated into English, but it is a movie, so I think that people have watched the movie. So yeah. And in this one we are following Amalie, and basically she lives in Oslo, which is the capital of Norway. And basically I will say that in Oslo you do have these different kind of places. Yeah, it's just Oslo is divided into, places that some are like mostly rich people and some are like a little bit like not so rich. So yeah, Amalie is basically living where she is rich and she has everything that she needs. She's pretty, she has a hot boyfriend and the looks and money and a dancing talent. But then basically her father gets in trouble, and now they have to move where basically she like this not so rich place, I almost said, like. So basically everything is turned on its head, and basically she's trying to pretend that everything is okay. And then she meets this guy called Mikael. And basically he dances hip-hop and he battles, and now she kind of wants to do some different things. So I give it 3 stars. It was totally fine. Wasn't like a lot. This is like a 200 pages book, so it wasn't like too much going on in this book, and it's not a favorite thing, so I do understand why this one is like 3 point something on GoodReads. So yeah, I liked it. I will watch the movie. Hopefully that is better. I love dance movies. So hopefully that will be better. Now, yeah, I just missed a little bit of the chemistry, and a little bit more. I love, you know, details and getting a lot of things explained, and yeah, that I think that is the one reason why I like long books. So, but overall, it was fine. Then I read Evermore, and this is the second book in the Everless series. So, in the first one, we are following Jules, and basically her father has always said that, you know, keep away from, you know, the castle. I almost said. Because basically, rich people live really long because they can kind of draw on blood and, you know, ingest blood to live a long life. And basically, when you are poor, you sell your blood to, you know, get money. You have these bloody coins, and basically her father kind of is almost broke, so she decides to go to the castle after everything her father has said, and basically there she meets what is his name, Liam. Basically she meets Liam, which she basically remembers as this bad person, and then also Rowan, who used to be her first love, and a lot of things happen. Now this is the second book, so kind of the first book, and now I give the first book 5 stars. I give this 4 stars. It wasn't as good, but overall I really did enjoy this book, and I will definitely continue on. I almost said not continue on. This is a duology. I might read some more from Sarah Holland. I really have to see, but you know, it's a good duology. I don't think it is for everyone just because it's, you know, it's not like totally epic. Like if you read like epic fantasies, this is not it. It's a YA series. But overall, I really did enjoy this. Is not something I think I would ever reread, but for me, I really liked the plot and the characters, and it was a really easy and quick read, and yeah, I just feel like it was enough action. I was sometimes a little confused on what basically was happening in this book, but yeah, overall, good. Then the last book that we are just going to talk about is The Mermaid by Christina Henry, and in this one we are following this fisherman, or not the fisherman, but he basically captures a mermaid. And basically she sees his struggles and she basically falls in love with him. So she decides to come up on Earth and basically stay with him. But then he dies, and basically these stories that she's a mermaid kind of, you know, go all around the world, and then P.T. Barnum is looking for a mermaid. So, I like this. It's not my favorite, you know, retelling from Christina Henry. I like her 3 other books, which is Lost Boy, Red Queen, and Alice. I like those more. So this is not my favorite. I give it 3 stars. So it was okay. I read 100 pages and I almost DNF'd this book. I am glad that I continued on because it got better. But yeah, it was just, I wasn't like really hooked on this book as I was on the other 3. So basically I was also, who is P.T. Barnum? Because I could not recollect in my mind who this person was. Who are we retelling? Basically when I decided this was a 3 stars, I went into the comment section and I found out that P.T. Barnum is the P.T. Barnum that we have an adaptation on like The Greatest Showman, and I was just like, oh, that P.T. Barnum, and now I know who he is. And you know, I will have to say that yes, I feel like it was not like I know that he was like that, because I cannot say that, but you know, yes, it was like now I understand kind of who that person was, and yeah, so yeah, it was good. I liked it. Not like a new favorite thing, so 3 stars, it was okay. And yeah, I just feel like I had no clue who P.T. Barnum was, because, you know, my mind is not the best, so, you know. Yeah, but overall, it was okay. I liked it. Not something that I think I'm going to keep and, you know, treasure like I do with the other ones, but I'm definitely going to read more from Christina Henry. I do know that she has The Girl in Red. I think that's the one. The last one, I don't know if she will write any more retellings, but it's the last retelling that I know of from her that I really want to read. So yeah. And another thing that I kind of really liked about this was that she could be a human, and she was really beautiful as a human, and then she got into a mermaid and she was kind of this scary creature with claws and, you know, just like these sharp teeth. So she was like totally different as a mermaid. So that was pretty cool to see. So now we have 2 left. The first one that I'm going to read is Imagine Me, which is the 6th something last book in the Shatter Me series. And basically, in the first one, we are following Juliet. And basically, she is in this almost asylum, I almost said. Basically, she has these powers that she's kind of in this place, so she can't harm others because her touch kills. But then, yeah, she meets this guy, and yeah, and then she meets another guy. So this is kind of a love triangle at first. Now it's not a love triangle anymore, but yeah. Basically, a thing called the Reestablishment wants to use her powers for their own. But Juliet has other plans, and we are very far along with those plans. So, this is told from 2 perspectives. We have Juliet and we have Kenji, which is one of my favorite characters. And I am like 37 pages in. So, yeah, this should be a pretty quick read. Because, yeah, I mean, some pages are, you know, just not a lot. So, yeah, I think I will finish this maybe today or tomorrow. And then I will pick up Spellbook of the Lost and Found. So, that should be really, really great. So, can't wait for actually to do that. So, I just finished Imagine Me. Or not just, but yeah. So, I think I told that one this was about, but yeah. So, yeah, I'm not going to spoil this one, but I really did like this. Overall, I gave it 5 stars. Or 4 stars. 4 stars. 5 stars? Yeah, I will live with that. But yeah. Overall, I really, really did like this book, and yes, it's a YA, and there are some... I was a little confused at times, but overall, I really did like it, and yeah, it's definitely... There is like one like novella called Believe Me or something, so I am going to read that one. So yeah, I really, really like this series, and yeah, I thought it was a good ending. Like, it could have ended on book 3, but overall, I really did like these 3 next books. So yeah, definitely like this more than the rating that it has. So yeah, I really did enjoy this. Not going to say that again. So yeah, the next book is Spellbook of the Lost and Found. And I have started it, I have finished it. So, in this one, I cannot tell you what this book is about, so we are just going to read the back. So, or not read back, but summarize. So we are following Olive and her best friend Rose, and they begin to lose things. And it starts with simple things, and then it is clear that basically they lose bigger things. And then they meet 3 wild, mysterious strangers called Ivy, Hazel, and Rowan. And they are also losing things. And basically, they find this spell book. And yeah, it's basically full of things that they might be able to get everything right. So yeah. So I gave this 2 stars. So I just think that this was not for me. It might be for some people, but it wasn't for me. I was just confused throughout the whole thing. Did not feel like, actually reading it. So I have gotten through it, but it wasn't like an enjoyable read. I was bored. I was really, really confused, and I sometimes was skimming this book. So I am going to give it 2 stars. I don't think it was totally horrible, so I am going to give it a 1 star, but a 2 stars just because there was like some parts that were okay, and I didn't totally hate every single second of this book. But overall, I didn't like this book, and we'll never reread it, so we are getting rid of this book. But yeah, so overall it was bad. So yeah, those were the 5 books that I read. So we have read Battle, which I gave 3 stars. Evermore, which I gave 4 stars. The Mermaid, which I gave 3 stars. Imagine Me, which I think I gave 5 stars or 4 stars. Yeah, I think I gave it 5 stars. And then Spellbook of the Lost and Found, which I gave 5 stars. I almost said it, and then the Spellbook of the Lost and Found, which I gave 2 stars. So, yeah, I would say that I have had quite some fun to read 5 of the lowest rated books on my physical TBR. Now, I have found, some good books, some bad books, some horrible books. So, yeah, I hope you liked this vlog, and I will see you next time for another one. Bye!